Hey Quad Bros, what's going on guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video here. We've got a bunch of dev blogs and some updates and stuff like that I wanted to just go over all in one video because I don't think it even warranted a single video on their own. So I'm instead going to go over all of them at the same time. So first up, we've got the update here, guys. And I would like to say before we start here, guys, we are in that time where we are going to be getting a major update here soon. I don't know when. Please don't ask me when. I don't know. But I know that it is soon because they do this thing where they just poop out a bunch of dev blogs like all leading up to a major balance patch and a major update. So they just do like dev blog, major patch. So whenever you start seeing all these dev blogs coming out, that means a major patch is coming. I wish these dev blogs were a little bit more spread out and we got to see them as the game is developed and not just all right before a major patch, but I don't know. There you go. So it's happening. I'm going to skip this part because it's the important part and we'll get back to it. I want that to be last. So going over the major patch and then we'll hit up the dev blogs. AI soldiers got updated. Cool. We've got that a million times. New missions are added. So Manor Assault is now a mission. Kind of cool. I know most people hate Assault, so I don't know. Then they added some alternate routes and then they did some balance patches. You can now test premium squads, which is really cool. If you go to the premium squad, you click more info, then you can do a test in the practice range, test out the guns, test out the tanks, things like that. Glad to have that. That's a good feature that I think a lot of people were asking for. They did this weird thing where they made it temporarily where planes could have, you could have 2 attack planes in the air instead of just like 1 bomber, 1 fighter. You could have 2 attackers, which people immediately flipped out about, rightfully so. I'm not going to get into planes right now. And they reverted this change back to the 1 fighter, 1 attacker method and said that they were reworking the system. They've at least stated that they know that attack planes are a problem. I don't know how they're going to fix it. They've said some things that I don't agree with, but I'm not going to get into it right now because I've already done that. If you want to see my video on planes, check it out in the top right of your screen. Click the card. Hear my thoughts on it. I'm not going to do it in this video. Whenever they inevitably put out their balance patch for planes, then I will do a video on that, on my thoughts on if it's going to fix anything or not. So not going to spend much time on that for this video though. We have the big update and the big changes, which are these 3 changes right here to machine guns. So number 1, increased dispersion while moving with machine guns, shooting and moving. So standing still, exact same as it was before, still accurate. But now the dispersion while running and gunning is very, very high on machine guns. So you're not going to be able to just spray and jump through buildings and sprint through buildings and things like that and still hit a bunch of enemies. It's just not as good. I think that that's a good change. I don't think that machine guns should be I don't think that LMGs should be just giant versions of SMGs. They should be weapons that have their own specific role in being, braced weapons, powerful weapons that are only really effective while braced and not while running around. So speaking of, they decreased the impulse reduction effect for machine guns when you do not have the bipod down. So if you are not bipod or braced, that means that you are less accurate. Your recoil is a little bit heavier. So make sure that you guys are braced. Even when you're prone, you're still pretty accurate. So it's not like it's that bad, but it's, you're not going to be a laser that can just kill everything the way you were before. So make sure you brace your weapon down when you go prone. And then finally, guys, time of switching to aiming mode for machine guns. Essentially, the time to aim down sights has been increased for machine guns by 30 to 40%, as well as AT rifles, but that's less relevant. So, yeah, whenever you try to aim down sights, it's going to be a little bit longer to get to that point, about 30 to 40% longer. I don't really know why they said 30 to 40. I guess this is just dependent on which type. I wish this was more specific and they were like, MG34 is this, and the BAR is this, and things like that. Just giving this is like really vague, but whatever. Good change. Again, machine guns should not be weapons that are like out dueling SMGs at close range or even rifles and things like that at medium range. Like, you should be already set up, but if you are set up, you should kill anyone, and you will kill anyone if you are set up. I have played since this patch and I think this change is fine. MGs are not gutted. They are not useless. If you think they are useless, you are not playing them correctly. Play them correctly. Brace yourself along things. And yes, the brace mechanic is pretty poopy right now and is pretty inconsistent, but it will be fixed. It's not the worst thing in the world. Machine guns are fine. Also, they hilariously buffed the Brin gun. They made it reload 0.7 seconds faster, which is hysterical to me. I don't know why they did that, but they did. Cool devlog stuff. Motorcycles are being added to the game. Very, very cool. RP is Captain America. So now we're coming with these, but the cool thing with these is they say there's special motorcycle squads with improved motorcycle models. So I think we're going to be getting some special motorcycle squads throughout the game, guys. I'm really excited for this. I think this means that we're going to be able to like have, you know, like machine gun, MG42 mounted, you know, side cart motorcycles and things like that, or maybe like even AT soldiers in the side of motorcycles. I think that's just going to be so cool. I think it's like kind of unrealistic and kind of goofy, but I think it fits with Enlisted really, really well. And I think that it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope that we get to do some kind of particularly goofy stuff with these motorcycles, because I think it could be a lot of fun to drive around in these things. So they said they're also going to be a mobile machine gun nest, and you will be able to simultaneously drive and shoot. I don't think will be very effective to do so, but you will be able to do it. I think the more effective thing is that you get a buddy, and you have your buddy get in the sidecar with you, and then you drive and he shoots. That's gonna be really cool. Or even like if you could sit in the sidecar and you can throw an explosive pack out the side of it, like at a tank, that would be really, really cool. I'm really excited for that. And then they're adding boats. I don't know who cares about boats, but they're adding boats, so yay, boats. Great. Next thing, artillery features, new artillery stuff. So first up, guys, engineers can now build a mobile AT gun. I don't know if this is separate from the standard AT gun that they already have, or if it is the same, but they get this mobile AT gun that they get to build, and the mobile AT gun that they get to build, it's mobile. You can like break it down and then move it around, and then reposition it somewhere else to then take out a different tank. So say you're like, you put your AT gun down, you take out an enemy tank, and now they know you're there, so you want to reposition. So now you're going to reposition off in like the woods to your left or something like that, and then you can ambush a different tank, which I think that's pretty cool. Again, I don't think AT guns are like actually that effective. I wish they were a little bit more effective, but hopefully they buff them a little bit to go with this and make them actually like really good weapons that need to be assaulted by infantry or need to be like spotted out by tanks and things like that. But nevertheless, I think this is a cool change. I don't think it's a change that anyone was particularly asking for, but it is nevertheless a good change, and it's pretty cool. The other cool thing, guys, is they're adding smoke veil from artillery. So now radio operators will be able to produce heavy smoke by calling in a special strike, just like artillery strikes. So you're going to designate 2 points on the map, which are the start and end points of the smoke line, and then you are going to get smoke shells in between those. The longer the line, the less dense the smoke veil will be, because you have a limited number of shells. So you can't just smoke off the entire map. You get a limited number of shells. But nevertheless, I think this is such a cool change. I'd like to see more artillery options for radio operators. You know, we've got smoke right now, but I'd like to see mortar strikes that have a reduced cooldown but are less effective. Maybe like a really accurate strike, a creeping barrage strike similar to this smoke screen, but with, you know, actual high explosive. Maybe an anti-tank strike to deal with those tanks and those jumbos and things like that that are just sitting in the back of the map, so then you can hit them with artillery, you know, like a high explosive anti-tank shell or something like that. That would be really, really cool, and I would be down for. So either way, really cool here. Some engineer stuff I'd like to see as well that would be interesting would be like maybe like a medic bunker that you could build that like AoE healed infantry around you that are out of combat, similar to the perk that exists right now. But like if you got shot and got down, you could fall back to the medic bunker and maybe you like get your med kit back, and then maybe you get like a you know, you're healed up to full health or something like that, or maybe like a repair bunker that you can drive a tank up to and it repairs the tank, or something like that. But you got to, you know, something to just involve a little bit more coordination, I think would be really, really interesting and be a lot of fun to see. So that's it, guys. Those are all of the dev blogs. There are probably going to be more coming soon, and like I said, if a interesting enough one comes out, I will do a video on it. Otherwise, just try to check them out yourselves. If you want notifications for it, then you can come and join my community Discord. I do have a bot that posts all of the enlisted news and things like that. So if you want to get pinged for that, then join the community Discord. The link for that is down in the description below. In the comments, guys, let me know what you guys are most excited for. You guys excited for the Smoke Veil? What other strikes would you guys like to see? And what other vehicles would you guys like to see? Now that we're getting like motorcycles and stuff, do you guys want to see half tracks? Do you guys want to see other kind of vehicles like that? I think half tracks would be super, super cool to see. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear them. You can also come let me know your thoughts over at twitch.tv/HeyQuadro. Love to have you guys over there. We have a great time streaming, chatting, goofing off in Enlisted or Hell Let Loose and other things like that. I'd love to have you guys over there. But without anything else, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Take it easy.